Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another Cars 3 speculation video. I haven't done one of these in a couple weeks, so I'm really glad to be back and doing them. There has been a lot of news regarding Cars 3 lately, like a whole bunch of new characters and other cool stuff as well. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do videos covering everything though. We'll start with this topic for now, which is Lightning McQueen's disguise in the movie. So we know for a fact that McQueen will be disguised at the Thunder Hollow Speedway, which of course is the Demolition Derby. We know this because the diecast toy has been revealed to be named Lightning McQueen as Chester Whipplefilter. So for an unknown reason, McQueen took on alias, a false name, for this part of the movie. So in this video, we're going to try and figure out why exactly McQueen is disguised and determine the significance of that disguise. Now, if you don't know where the pictures on the screen of the Demolition Derby came from, they're all from the trailers for Cars 3. The Derby has been shown in pretty much every trailer so far, just at different times. I'm sure you guys have seen the big explosions, and that's what we're talking about. That's the Thunder Hollow Speedway, aka the Demolition Derby. So let's start with what we do know. McQueen goes to this Demolition Derby, which of course has the Crazy 8 figurine track right there in the front. You can see that. He covers his entire body in mud and puts a number 15 in red over the mud. We also know that he goes there with Cruz Ramirez. We can see him and Cruz together at the Derby in the aerial shot from the trailer. They're very small, but they are in fact there. McQueen clearly doesn't want anyone to know his actual name or number, so he changed both and physically disguised himself in mud as well. So he definitely doesn't want anyone from the media, the public in general, his opponents, nobody knowing that he's there besides his close friends like Cruz Ramirez and probably like Mater, Luigi, and Guido, and we'll get into Luigi and Guido in a couple minutes here. Now, this is very reminiscent of Dusty Crophopper in the first Planes movie. If you haven't seen that movie, you won't understand this reference, but basically, Dusty uses the alias of Strut Jetstream to make himself seem stronger and just kind of better. He also didn't want anyone knowing he's a crop duster, and having the last name Crophopper kind of infers that. So that's pretty similar to this situation, but McQueen is most likely disguising himself for different reasons. So my guess is that McQueen is training with the help of Cruz, but he doesn't want anyone to know that he is training, especially that he's training at a derby like this that could be, interpreted as beneath piston cup racers. But McQueen, he wants to do it to improve himself, but he doesn't want anyone else knowing that he's there because they might look down upon him. I think he's trying to get some sort of advantage over Jackson Storm and the other next generation racers. Maybe Cruz recommended it to him as the best way to train. This is all very unclear at this point though. I could be entirely wrong, and of course, this is just a speculation video, so it's okay if I'm wrong, and it's okay if you're wrong in the comment section as well. Speaking of which, I really do encourage you guys to comment your theories and ideas regarding this topic, and even Cars 3 in general, in the comment section below. I love reading them and replying to them because it creates some really good discussion amongst us Cars fans. But getting back to the topic at hand, I feel like McQueen is definitely practicing to a certain extent at least. However, I do have another theory. I think it has to do with Sterling. So Sterling runs the Rusty's Racing Center, if you guys don't know, and it seems like he will be somewhat of an antagonist because he's only in it for the money. At least, that's what the description of him made it out to be. When McQueen begins to struggle in racing against Jackson Storm and the next gen racers, Sterling becomes concerned and maybe breaks off some funding to McQueen. So McQueen is in need of money, or possibly something else. Again, this is just speculation. So to get some money, McQueen participates in this derby and tries to win to receive reward cash. In addition to the need for money, he may also be training at the same time. It could be theoretically for both reasons. I do have a feeling though Sterling will have some part in this though, because I don't know why McQueen would take so much effort to go to this derby and most likely kind of be beaten up by Miss Fritter, which of course we'll get to in a couple moments. So I couldn't really think of any other ideas for potential reasons as to why McQueen is even at this thing in the first place, and then again as to why he is disguised, but I just really think he doesn't want anyone to know he's there. If you have a theory as to why McQueen is disguised, feel free to share it below like I said earlier. By the way, Jackson Storm will most likely not be at this Thunder Hollow Speedway Derby. This will most likely be something McQueen does separately from the Piston Cup, and I kind of alluded to that earlier as well. He'll also meet Miss Fritter here, and we do have some insight about that because the sneak peek that's being shown at the Road to Races event is of the Derby. I'm not going to explain it in any videos until it's released publicly, which I don't think it ever will be because the event runs past the release of Cars 3 in theaters in the United States, so I don't think it will ever be uploaded to YouTube, but I may reference it at some times like this one here. This is when he meets Miss Fritter. I will be going to the event when it comes to Chicago in late April, by the way, so I'm really excited for that, and hopefully some of you guys can go as well. I heard they're showing like 13 minutes, or maybe it's less than that, of the movie focused around the Derby. So a couple more things before we end off this video. I know that Luigi and Guido will be there helping McQueen at the Derby because they're in that diecast 2-pack that I kind of showed earlier. From the looks of it, they'll help McQueen apply the mud disguise. And also, why Chester Whipplefilter? That sounds really weird, at least to me, and it doesn't sound any more intimidating as Lightning McQueen, but I don't think that's really his goal, unlike Dusty's goal in the first Planes movie. And there's gotta be some reason as to why he chose that name, but I'm just clueless on it at the moment. So that's all I really have to say on this topic. I think this is a very interesting part of the movie to discuss because a lot of it is currently unknown. Hopefully, we learn a little bit more about it before the movie comes out, but if not, that's okay by me. That makes the movie more fun to see in June because you know less about it going in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time for another video. I've been doing my best to pump out a lot of videos lately, daily in fact, so I hope you guys have been enjoying that. Anyway, adios, bye now!